if you were to culturally appropriate things like typography and iconography, even color palettes, how would you do it? So I started researching on African design, African writing systems, etc. And Sankofa was born. The seed started when I met Saki Mafundikwa, and because I lectured at his institution Ziva in Zimbabwe for a couple of years. And when I watched his TED talk on typography, and I mean, he is globally well known for this topic in particular, it opened my eyes to the fact that as designers who are trained in obviously design, we're not really exposed to other, be it writing systems or the history of design in other cultures. Because most of our curriculum, most of our studies are based on American and European kind of authors and material and curriculums. So to watch Saki's talk where he speaks of the writing systems from Africa being much older than even writing systems in places like Babylon, for instance, it was quite eye-opening. So in his TED talk, he actually speaks of the Sankofa writing kind of system. It's a glyph in a writing system from Ghana, and Sankofa means to learn from the past and to return and get it. So return to your roots, learn from the past. And it felt like it made sense. It's like, how do we appropriate culture in a way that's bespoke to our users, like talking about that user-centered design approach? And how do we represent certain things, like, for example, a home icon? The way a home icon is represented online right now is typically just a house, right? Western design, a house with an angled roof, that's a home icon. But when you look at houses in Morocco or houses in South Africa or houses even in the Middle East itself, the architecture doesn't lend itself to align with that kind of home icon. So I was just thinking to myself one day, like, how, if you were to use design systems, which I was doing at the time, how would you use design systems to create, to reappropriate your digital products from a cultural perspective? And that's kind of where Sankofa came. Because I'm African, I grew up in Africa, lived most of my life in Africa. It seemed like a logical starting point to kind of experiment with that notion.
I jumped on the opportunity to try it out, and
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and we really felt like it felt right at the time to use it, and we're going to be using it as the theme font for Nairobi Design Week 2021 for the words together.